Hi, Cassie Oelberg in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania here. This may be the most action-packed video I have done yet. I have so much planned. I don't know if it's just that the weather outside has been so brutally cold in Pennsylvania that I am in my studio finding my happy spot, or if it's because I have actually gotten comments from people who have sent me messages telling me that they are enjoying my videos, and I must definitely be a words of affirmation girl because that has me excited. Or maybe that it's that a few orders came in from people who found me on YouTube. But all of those things just, wow. Thank you guys. Truly, truly thank you. So we are going to hop over here, and there are some extremely exciting things I want to share with you. And I also would love it if you guys would drop a comment below. I realize that I'm going to run out of sketches before the February the February virtual crop happens. So February 10th, I'm going to need something other than a sketch to do to carry us through to the next one. So if you could just drop in the comments below if you would like that to be a project recipe, and if that's the case, which collection you'd like it to be, if you would like it to be one of the playbooks. So we'll do something fun for that fifth one, but I just need you guys to drop in the comments below what you'd like to see. So anyway, I'm going to head over to my desktop. Super excited. So here we go. Pull this up. And we are going to get going. So this is sketch 3 from the January virtual crop. Lots happening on this sketch. It is super fun, but there's a lot going on. And we're going to build it onto Fast to Fab pages. You'll notice that I have 3 Fast to Fab pages here, and that is for very good reason. We are going to actually cut this Fast to Fab page. Now, I know you're thinking, but it's a whole page, Cassie. But I'm just going to remind you that it really doesn't cost that much more to do it this way, and you're saving so much on the overall background papers that is well worth it to occasionally have to cut a Fast to Fab page. So we are going to start with our left-hand side, and we are going to keep this here as this part in the page. And then we are going to build this over here. We're going to talk a little bit about scallop cuts when we do that. I get that question a lot. And in fact, at my last project recipe class, I had somebody asking me. So Tanya, this is for you and anybody else who wants to know. So let's go ahead and do this. We are going to do blue shimmer for this little tiny 1/8 of an inch. So if you have not done an 1/8 of an inch before, it's really best to cut this direction because it just gives you this whole table to put your paper down on. And you're going to just measure over. If you see, there's these little tiny dotted lines on here. And those are lines to switch your trimmer mat over, but they are also great for lining up that 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to bring it over. 1/8 of an inch, measure it all the way up and down that line because it's so skinny that even the littlest, tiniest deviation will cause it to be crooked and look super crooked. Okay, so we're going to just put this right onto the page so that we don't lose it. This is where repositionable tape comes in. It's super handy. I don't even know what we did with little 1/8 of an inch pieces before this. I think we tried to take the mini tape and we went a little crazy trying to get it to work. So we're just going to put this down right here. Oh, look, the Bernese Mountain Dog tried to come to work with me. Oh, goodness. It's a dog-free cabin, but by golly, they can occasionally find a way to get that big fluffy fur in here. Okay, so now we've gotten our 1/8 of an inch down. Now, if we look at this, we need a 1/4 of an inch next. So we're going to do a 1/4 of an inch with the platinum. And this just left, guys. So if you love platinum shimmer, hoard what you have because we are not going to be able to get any more. So we're just going to bring this over. Let's see, there's a 1/2 of an inch. So we're going to come to this first line right here. And again, you really want to make sure you measure to that direction. It gives you more stability and just makes your your cut a lot straighter. So we're going to bring this down, and this is going to go next. Right up against that shimmer blue. Oh, so pretty. Okay, next up we have the scallop cut. Now this is what we're going to talk about. I'm going to pull over some white to do this. And I just wanted to take a second to show you that this is my messy folder. It has all of my very messy white scraps in it. And I like to use this one that's only closed on two sides because you can open it and easily get down to all those scraps. And then when I come in, I just want to find two scraps that match. So what I mean is that the whites, I have bright white, and I have shimmer white, and I have off white, and all kinds of whites in here. So you just want to make sure that you grab the correct whites. So these two match nicely. And I am going to cut a 1/2 inch scallop. So I'm going to flip it over. I've got all these beautiful blades under here, and I'm going to grab my scallop. Now, the way that I do mine is, look at this scallop. If I face it towards the word creative memories, then this is going to be my side that goes bloop, 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 you know, with the cute little scallop. And this is going to be my reverse scallop side. And I even made you guys a little thing to show you. So whatever's on this side is going to have the pretty scallop, and what over here is the reverse scallop. Now, I actually want to tape down the reverse scallop on my page because I want it to look like the scallop is coming from here. So I am going to put this down. I'm going to bring it over to the 1/2 inch. I'm going to measure top and bottom because you can see how that would deviate a little bit if I don't. And then this is the piece I'm going to use, and I want it to have that reverse scallop. And this is what I mean by reverse scallop. And so I'm going to cut that 1/2 inch, and see, this side has this and this side has this. And it's just an important thing to know because it's easy to get that confused, right? Now, if you're having trouble remembering it, it's really not that big of a deal. You can just cut yourself a little piece from a scrap, and then you'll find what you need. Okay, so now we have our whole border over here. Super simple, super fun. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mat my pictures in blue shimmer. So let's pull over and we're going to talk a little bit about these pictures. So in the sketch, they actually have a journal box up here, but I want to go ahead and use this 4x6 picture with my family. So we're going to go ahead and cut ourselves a 4.5. And guys, if you did not see the news, whoops, I did not switch my blade back. That is a common problem for me. Very common. I don't know if it is for you guys too, but I messed that up a lot. Okay, 4.5 with straight. Good thing it's only paper. And if you did not hear the excellent news, Creative Memories listened to all of the things that we would like better. And this bottom tray on the new trimmer is going to be 6.5. Now, do not stress out if you're thinking, I don't want to get a new trimmer, because everything else is going to be the same as far as the mats and the blades. So you can keep using the trimmer you have and without any problem for the rest, you know, for the time being, or for as long as you would like. But if you like to upgrade and treat yourself, then you can get the new trimmer when it comes out. And I will definitely be using that as soon as it comes out in March to show everybody all of the fun things you can do. Okay, so we're going to lay that picture down here. Now this one, I'm going to go ahead and make 4x4. Oh, remember when this came out? I was so excited. Okay, I'm going to trim a little off the bottom. This is just a view from this ferry on our way over to England. So we're going to do 4x4. And I am then going to take this, and it's going to be 4.5 by 4.5. So it's already 4.5 that way. 4.5 here. I just love the way that cuts. Makes that splunk sound. Ugh. Really makes me happy. Okay. So this is going to come here. And now let's talk just for a second about this. So these pictures, this one has better lighting and I like it better, but my daughter is laughing. She's got her hand over her mouth. So she looks better in this picture. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a 4x4 photo for me over here. And then we are going to steal her from this one. And we're going to use peekaboo pockets. We're going to put this picture, because it has better lighting, on top. And let's see, here's my peekaboo pocket. Now I keep these in a little compartment and I use them a lot, so I can just pull up, and I've got 4x6s in here and 4x4s, and they just all go in this nice little thing. And I need, let's see, I'm going to need a 4.5 by 6.5 to go behind here. Let's see how bad I messed this up. 4, yeah, I can't make that happen. And this isn't 4.5. Uh-oh, I guess we're flipping over here. I might have to go grab my folder quick. Let's keep going and see what happens. So 4.5 by 4.5. And this is going to go underneath my peekaboo. So bring this over. I'm not going to tape these down because they're going to go in the peekaboo. I am going to grab my page protector. Oh, I don't put it on until after I tape everything else down. Get with the program, Cassie. Get with the program. Okay, so let's get everything else taped down. That would be helpful. So this one's going to go up here. And I want this one to be straight. And then this one is going to just be a little crooked. Right here. I'm going to put this over here. My page protector, or my peekaboo pocket is going to go on it, and then my pictures will be there. And I want a little title area up here. So I'm just going to take, and this goes well with that. So I'm going to make myself a 5 by 2 inch. Let's see, is it 5 this way? No, it's not. Okay, 5 by 2 inch. And I do like the look that they did with the little pointed. So remember, if I wanted to do it as a flag, I would do this way, but I want it to be pointed. So I'm going to go, wait, no, that's still going to give me a flag. Sometimes you have to think. Okay. Want it to be pointed. So I got to go this way. Got to go from the folded edge up to here. Sometimes you have to really look. So then I got my little tag to go on here, and I can put a title in there. And this is down. Okay, so now I'm going to slide a page protector on. My peekaboo that goes on the other side of the page. So I got to line that back up. I had to take the page protector off because I demonstrated this last time. Okay, making sure it's going on the right way. And this is just going to slide on. And remember, I just take and I kind of flip it back and forth. I use my body to help me slide it on. Some people put a piece of cardstock over there, and that's smart too. It keeps everything in place. I never remember to do that. So I just take it and I flip it back and forth and make sure it doesn't catch on anything. And now my page protector's on. And then I like to put my peekaboos onto my page before I put the pictures in, so I don't have to worry about which direction they're going. Remember that the sticky thing is on the opposite side as the opening. Those things really stick to you. And then I want to fold it under. So this is the sticky part, and I want to fold it under so the opening is underneath. And then I'm going to center it onto my photo mat. And now I can go like this. This is going to go there. I want this one to go upside down, so when it flips up, and now I can easily slide it in. Now I will put a little bit of journaling right here on my page. It'll just be a little hidden journaling, and that will be good. Also going to add a little bit of an embellishment to it. And I can just slide it right on under there. Let's see what we want to do. A lot of these embellishments for this collection were very flower related, but I can still use them. They're super fun. They're very pretty. And I'm just going to take and I'm going to add flowers to my boats. And some people might be like, oh, but Cassie, it's boats, not flowers. It's okay. It's okay. It makes my page pretty and it makes me happy. Maybe I'll take my ship punch later and add a boat on there. Okay, so that's one side of the page. Now that I have made myself a total mess, let's do the other side of the page. Okay. So I'm just going to move this out of my way for now. And there's a lot going on here. It's super fun, but lots of fun stuff. So this page, I am going to use this. And this top and bottom is going to be the actual part that's going to peek through. And I'm going to cut this page and steal these parts. So first thing I'm going to do is just get the jeeping off. Okay, cut that off. And now it's just basically a page. So I didn't get that quite all the way off. So there we go. And now I need this paper. Now this paper was not in the decorative collection, and that's why I needed to cut a page. And I wanted that for my actual page. So I need 9 1/4, because if you look at my sketch, this is 1 inch plus 1 inch is 2. 1/4 inch plus 1/4 inch is 1/2. 1/8 of an inch plus 1/8 of an inch is 1/4. So that gives me 2 3/4. 12 minus 2 3/4 is 9 1/4. And they said I wouldn't use that math degree. Oh, good. So now this is just going to come down and we're going to center it on this page. So it's going to be 1 3/8 top and bottom. I would love it if when we put our Fast to Fab stuff together, if every page that is in the every paper that's on a page, we also had a piece of paper to match it. Everybody who agrees with me, send it to customer service and let them know. Product suggestions. At the bottom of the website, there's a little thing that says product suggestions. And if we start a campaign, I think we could make it happen. I think we could. So now we need to put our borders at the top and the bottom. So this we're going to keep. This is going to be this layer right here, top and bottom. So now we need a white dotted from the top of this page. And we're going to do 1/4 of an inch for top and bottom. So just make sure you're measuring that all the way up and all the way down. And so this 1/4 inch is just going to go right here. But isn't that fun? We're getting multiple decorative pieces of paper out of this page. And we just cannibalized it for parts. Oh, it's like, you know, those guys that take their cars and they take an old one apart to get parts for their other old car. That's all we're doing. So if you have a husband that does that, you can tell him, look, I'm doing this in scrapbooking too, honey. And then we need our shimmer blue above that, top and bottom. And remember, we're going to do this little skinny piece. And it's always best to cut that over to the right, so you have that table to sit your paper on, because it's very skinny. It's a very skinny piece. And see how I'm like really holding my paper? Like I'm really holding it. I'm not just, I'm holding it in the middle and I'm holding it down, and I'm kind of like making sure that my hand's going all the way. Because see how it bubbled up just a little bit there at the bottom? That can make it a little skinnier if you're not careful. And then you don't have a perfectly straight line. Now I'm going to add this in. I just want this right along, so you got to take your time and get it right up against there. The skinny pieces are always the hardest. Just want to take your time and put it down. You can't just go end to end, because the middle will end up all crooked. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to add in our pictures. So I'm going to add these ones in, and I'm going to mat them in the shimmer blue again. And what I'm going to do is I switch things up. So if you look, this has 3 3x4s and 2 3x4s. But what I'm going to do is do 2 4x4s and 2 4x6s next to each other. And that is what is going to make me happy. So let's see if I have to sprint across the room and grab another sheet of cardstock, or if I did not totally mess things up. So we might be able to make this work. So 6.5, and then 2 4.5s. It's going to mat our 2 big pictures. And it'll be okay if I have to sprint. I have been getting my walking in and doing my yoga, so I'm feeling pretty healthy. My sweet little boy. Our family has so much fun together. Okay, so now I'm going to trim these 2 down to 4x4. And they were perfect pictures to do that with. Lots of extra up top. I think I am going to need that extra sheet of cardstock, though. Yeah. Well, maybe not. I might be able to make this work. There's hope for me yet. Let's see. I'm super careful, just like I am with the skinny cuts. You know what? I'm pulling out my sticky mat, guys. Opportunity to show one more thing. I love opportunities. Okay. So that's how I get that out of there. Or my multi-purpose tool, or anything small that I can put in. So I'm going to use my sticky mat. See, it's got repositionable tape on there. Things are still sticking to it from the last time. Put this down. Going to run a little bit of tape along it, because this is my one that gets to be sticky. take it and now watch this. So much easier to do. I can get that scallop off of there and fix my mistake. Ha-ha. It's a good day, people. It's a good day. And I got to show one more thing. Ha! It's a really good day. Okay. 4.5 this way. I don't know. I'm feeling too good. I'm feeling like, oh no, what happens if my sound was off or something? Oh my goodness. Me in the virtual world can be quite comical, but it is fun. Okay, so now we're going to tape this down, and I'm just going to go a little bit into that border up there so that I have some space in between. I'm going to tape this down. I think I went a little bit too high that time. I love my repositionable tape. Love it. Okay. Line this one up next to it. Another super simple double page spread just for us. Let's slide it this way a little bit. So that was a lot in a short amount of time. I hope that everybody had fun. They learned something. Don't forget to post in the comments what you would like to see for our 5th week, because this is one of the times that we have an extra week as an extra week in there in order to get all the way through the month. And then I will see you next week with the last January crop before we head into that 5th week. So you have 2 times that you can let me know. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for being here.